Hey, I'm Chelsea. Welcome back to Unfailing Purpose. On today's episode, I wanted to go over why I created this channel. I've recently discovered that, number one, I never started this channel for myself. The reason I started this channel and the reason that the name behind this channel, Lord willing, is going to be Unfailing Purpose is because I came to discover in the last couple of years that no matter what my circumstances look like, God has an unfailing purpose in my life and the things that happen in my life. And the things that I went through in the last couple of years have been extremely trying and extremely difficult. And I've chosen a more difficult road than some people would say that I had to. Can I just say this? I have no issues whatsoever with somebody taking medication for depression if that's what they choose to do. Just like it was my choice to attempt to heal myself naturally. I took a really big gamble. I knew that it wasn't going to be instant satisfaction, instant gratification. I knew it wasn't going to be an Amazon delivery of healing from depression. And I was okay with that because I knew myself well enough to know that I wouldn't have been content going on an antidepressant and having to continually stay on them, especially once I got the information that I did about my endocrine system. And I had this innate sense that God was going to be able to heal me, to show himself strong, for my life to have a testimony from this. And I chose to just trust God in this circumstance. Some people would maybe say, well, you're playing doctor on yourself, and how do you do this? And, shouldn't you be going and seeing a doctor and everything? And sure, I could have. And I will say this, there have been things that I have seen the doctor for recently. They're personal. I don't really care to share them on my channel. They don't have to do with depression or anxiety really, and so it's not relatable content, I guess I would say, but I do go to a doctor if I need to go to a doctor. But I just find that mainly within our medical system, it really seems like doctors try to keep you in a box so that they can practice medicine, so that you can get on a prescription and you can stay on the prescription. And I know that our body can heal from certain things. There's therapies, there's ways to go about things. Even for some of my stuff that I'm going to the doctor for currently, I went and saw a certain specialist, and now I am seeing somebody on a therapeutic end for the same thing, because I would rather go the therapeutic route before having either medications or a stimulating type neuropathy type procedure done. So I'm going this other route first. So I'm so thankful because I'm not being put in this box. I was very thankful for that specialist that I saw, that she listened to me and she heard me. But not everywhere that you go are you going to get that type of treatment and that type of care. And so all that being said, I know that this is not the general route that a lot of people choose to go. And that's the reason that I felt led to start this YouTube channel, because a lot of people don't think of healing depression and anxiety. They think of treating it, but they don't think of healing it, okay? And they don't think of healing it in a holistic way. And I'm thankful that here I am 2 years later being able to say I have true deliverance and healing in this. Like I said before in previous videos, like, this doesn't mean this is the end all be all and I'll never go through depression again. Depression can come in so many avenues. It can be, situational, it can be seasonal, it can be postpartum, it can be your, just complete drain and fatigue, and then it just kind of spirals and goes further. Sometimes you may not be able to completely pinpoint where your depression is stemming from, but you know that you have it. So anyways, and if you haven't seen my video yet on the endocrine system and how it works and why your body works the way that it does and why you can work on healing yourself naturally from anxiety and depression, I would encourage you to go watch that video. I will do my best to get it linked below. This isn't the fit in a box type of healing. So if you go to family and you go to friends and you say, I'm going to go this route, don't be surprised if you have people who are not supportive and they question your motives and everything like that. A dear friend of mine the other day said, you know, as far as this channel and everything, she said, don't look to the right and don't look to the left. Like, just stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Don't stray from who you are and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I just so appreciate that she's exactly right. Like, God gave me this story to tell so that others could have hope, so that others could know that they could have a different route than alternative medicine. Okay? So I'm not saying that doctors are bad. In fact, if your depression is like so intense that you just lay in bed on a constant, or you have constant suicidal thoughts or anything like that, I would encourage you to talk to somebody. Sometimes that needs to be somebody that you don't know. It needs to be a counselor or whatever it may be. Or it needs to be a confidant, a best friend or whatever. And sometimes it shouldn't even be your best friend, because you might be a best friend to them, but they may not be a best friend to you. So it's really one of those things that it's like, it's okay for you to go and talk to a complete stranger about this. And you might find that that's exactly what you need, is just to communicate about your thoughts. So find people that will help you on your journey as you go this route. I know that depression and anxiety can often feel very isolating anyways. So do your best to, if you have to call a counselor, if you have to call, the 1-800 number, then do that. I'm not telling you to continue to struggle just because, I went a holistic route. This isn't going to be for everybody, but it can be done. And that's what I want to encourage you, is that you can have holistic healing from anxiety and depression, and you don't have to keep going the route of another prescription medication. There's so many aspects that took place in my healing. It wasn't just the supplements. It was processing. It was giving myself permission to share that I was struggling. And then asking people for grace in this season. You don't have to fake a smile and act like everything's okay when it's not okay. In fact, you shouldn't. Somebody may never know that anything's wrong if you never, it's okay to say, I'm having a down day, and hopefully you're going to have somebody who cares enough to say, what do you mean? And I guess that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on this YouTube channel. That's why I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I can't tell you how many times I sit down to record and I just start crying because my heart is really in this. One of the first things I did when I really came to the point of realizing that I had depression was I Googled, I have depression, now what? Because I was stuck, because I didn't know where to turn to, And because I knew that the way that I was going to want to go, the route I was going to want to go, wasn't going to fit in a box. And so that's why I'm here. I'm here for the people who don't want to fit in a box. And for the people who say, I would rather go the way of healing rather than slapping a Band-Aid on it with another prescription. Or another prescription that if you're not monitored, that you could start hurting yourself, or it could be worse. I mean, how many shootings do we have to have in the US with people that are on antidepressants? I mean, come on. There's something not working here. I'm just going to say it. I am so done skirting over the fact that the prescription medications are not always working. So we've got to go a different route. We've got to figure something else out. So I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for the person who feels like they're alone. I'm here for the person who feels like they don't know what to do next. And I'm hoping that in this series of videos and just different things that I bring up, that there'll be little nuggets of truth that you're able to hold on to, and you're able to say, you know what, I think I can do that today. I think I can get through. I think I can manage that today. And not every day you're going to be able to, but some days you're going to be able to actually just get one step ahead. If you haven't watched my supplement video yet, please do that for yourself. Please do that. Incorporate some of those things into your life. Give them time to work, okay? Give them time to work. I was on the supplements for probably at least 2 months, close to 2.5 months, and they were working. They were working. And then I thought, I'm healed. I'm okay. I could just go off of them. Well, I'm just going to tell you so that you don't have to do that. But if you choose to do that, fine. At least then you'll know that the supplements were aiding, they're helping, all that kind of stuff. I went off the supplements, and then I fell back into the same tiredness, mopiness, wondering why I exist, all of these things, feeling like I wanted to run away from my house and not come back. Some people who are watching this right now would never know that I struggle to that extent of trying to plot my disappearance. So before you judge my motives on why I started a YouTube channel, just know that I get people who've been in that place. My makeup may be done and my hair may be done, but there's still that past hurt, and I'm still pushing past some of that. I'm mainly crying because I'm sad that people don't get it. I'm sad for you that you feel misunderstood. Especially if you're a Christian. Because nobody wants to talk about it. And if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be depressed. That's what we hear. Is that we should never be depressed if we're a Christian. And that's not real. Our body gets physically sick. Our body gets infections. Our body has cuts. It has to heal. And depression is something that needs healing too. You're not alone. This is not a typical video, but I'm going to share it anyways. Because I don't care what people think. I'm not here for people's judgment. I'm here to help. So, the name Unfailing Purpose is all driven from the hope that I had and have in knowing that in this life and in my life, that there is an unfailing purpose written over my life. My life has value. Your life has value. Your life has purpose. And I know that it's really hard to see it, but I promise you, there is purpose in your trials, in your struggles, in the hardest times, so that you can push through and become somebody you've never been before. Like this plant, the seed that was put in here, that was put in the soil, it had to die first before it could push through that hard layer of dirt and mud and everything. Had to push through and blossom into this gorgeous, I mean, seriously, look how gorgeous that plant is. And it flowers. It even has a few extra buds going right now. And that's like our life. I used to grieve. I had a home-based business. I was extremely successful. I was bringing in income for my family, and then depression happened and I wasn't able to be that person anymore. And I used to grieve thinking, what value, what worth do I ever have? If I had to break so that I could be a help and a light to you and show you that there's hope, it was worth it. It was worth it, and I would do it all over again. Because God knows that this is my love language. My love language is to encourage people and to uplift them and to tell them that there is hope and to give them practical solutions on how to get there. Your life has purpose. And tomorrow can be a better day than today. Don't give up. There are people around you who need you and who love you. So until next time, do the next right thing and keep pushing forward. Have a blessed day.